Who lives, who dies, who tells your story? Well, when you're pro wrestling pioneer and on-camera psychopath Vincent Kennedy McMahon, the answer is yourself. I'm Joe Starr. This is Screen Junkies News. It was announced today that WWE Studios will be tag teaming with TriStar to tell the story of WWE's own Vincent Kennedy McMahon. Are they going to nail it? Or, to quote the man himself, will they get fired? With me to discuss is fellow Mark and the Molly to my crash, Danielle Radford. Danielle, how you doing, darling?
How you doing? We just made the lives of two fans by doing this story.
Just specifically two pro wrestling fans that also watch Screen Junkies really enjoyed this. It's so nice that this story broke on the day that we were covering news. So
yes.
Let's
meant to be.
Yeah. So let's talk for non-wrestling fans who have made a mistake with their lives and don't follow God's chosen sport.
What are you doing?
Let's talk just a nutshell. Who's Vince McMahon? Why is he important?
So Vince McMahon, Vincent Kennedy McMahon, you guys know about the WWE, used to be the WWF. He was the one who took his father's company and turned it into the global phenomenon it is today. And he did that by essentially, there used to be a territory system where before everything was on TV the way it is now, every territory would have their own sets of wrestlers and their own stars. And he went...
If you lived in Tennessee, you went to the fairgrounds to see, like, Tennessee Championship Wrestling.
Exactly. And so he went wrestling Atch Ketchum and took all of the best guys from every territory and put them on TV, and that is where the WWE that we know came from.
That was such a sweet way to describe a horrifying monopoly.
Yeah, he totally ruined the territory system, and that's what this movie's going to be about. It's going to be about the way that he ruined the territory system.
So it's this is a movie about a CEO, which on the surface might not seem that interesting to people. You know, like, I don't necessarily need to see a Bob Iger movie, but Vincent Kennedy McMahon is such a bizarre story. From, I mean, he depending on who you ask, basically stole this company from his father, then stole everyone else's companies, consolidated. He's got a wife in the White House. He's on camera. He's leaned into fans' perception of him, and so on camera, he's this crazy sociopath named Mr. McMahon.
Yeah, he's evil boss Vince McMahon in real life, and he's evil boss Vince McMahon in fake life on TV.
So this is such an insane story, which is why I think, A, it's an interesting biopic, but what's crazier than that is that this isn't a biopic being done by another company years after this person is dead and gone. This is Vince McMahon telling his own story.
Right, through his company, which he still actively runs.
So, I mean, this is going to be the most rah-rah, I did this because I'm a futurist, it's like, it's similar to, off camera, you suggested it's similar to Straight Outta Compton.
Right, in that was those dudes telling their own story, but of course that also means that, like, a lot of stuff got left out.
They weren't just nice gentlemen that made music together in the
No, it turns out that there may have been some bad times and some ladies punched. Interesting.
Okay. Yeah. So these are the winners getting to retell their history, essentially. So, you know, who do you cast to front this what's essentially kind of going to be a dog and pony show? It's going to be a real big cheerleading piece, I got to assume. Like, there's no way Vince McMahon says anything bad about himself in a movie about himself. So who plays ideal heroic Vince McMahon?
I think you go with Hugh Jackman.
Okay.
I think that if
that's a chin I see Vince McMahon seeing himself having. I get that. Yeah.
That is when Vince McMahon closes his eyes at night, like, that's who he thinks he is.
Spitting image of old man Logan. Yeah.
But yeah, I think that Hugh Jackman would be great. I think that he would be able to capture just the ridiculousness of Vince McMahon, both on and off camera. I think obviously Vince would love it, but of course he wants to be compared to, like, a superhero. Plus, Hugh Jackman's been on Raw several times, like hosting it and doing other kind of things to plug movies. So he actually does get the way that wrestling works. He's been behind the scenes.
He's done some actor research already.
Some acting.
My pick was originally going to be Bill Hader, because I thought we were doing very young Vince McMahon when he still had the red bow tie on all the time and, like, the salmon-colored suits and everything. I was like, oh, that's full Hader. But I'm going to go with another SNL guy. I'm going with Jason Sudeikis to play Vince McMahon. I think this would be be a huge breakout role for Sudeikis, who is a brilliant comedian, but that translates to great dramatic acting too. Usually, comedy's hard, and the complexities of delivering some of the characters that Sudeikis has played would translate so well to the screen. It would be part just Sudeikis yelling, and then part. Remember when he played that strip club DJ a lot for the sketch before they go to curtain call? Like, I think it would be sort of bringing that guy in. So this is being co-produced by WWE Studios. It's being overseen by Vince McMahon. What aren't they going to cover in this film?
Well, we're not going to get the description of the territories that I just gave. We're not going to get the steroid stuff.
Or it's going to get a hugely positive spin.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, Vince McMahon.
They were going to die, and I saved them.
Yeah, that's exactly what he's going to do. He's going to, like, wrestling wasn't going to make it, but then I totally made it, and now look what it is today.
Yeah.
We're not going to get Owen Hart.
Yeah, we're not going to get Chris Benoit. We're definitely not going to talk about that.
What was that name? I just heard like static when you said a name right then.
I would honestly be surprised, given the rightful turn that the company took on Hulk Hogan. Like, he's not even on the website, even in like the history. Like, I would not be surprised if they wrote the tale of the rise of WWE without Hulk.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to include him. It is interesting, though, because there is a Benoit movie coming that's being done by, I think it's Lexi Alexander.
Yeah, Lexi Alexander's directing.
So that's going to be interesting. I wonder if those are going to be out around the same time.
Yeah, just same opening day. Oh, same opening day for the both of those. Yeah, so I also like that section just doubled as reasons we should question ourselves for liking this thing.
I swear it's good. I swear it's good, y'all. It's problematic, but it's great. Much like everything I love.
Yeah, right. So this is the second wrestling biopic from WWE Studios. The first one is Fighting With My Family, which is about WWE superstar Paige and her family. She is a second generation?
I think second or third generation.
Either second or third generation wrestler. Her parents were
both wrestlers. Yep,
both wrestlers.
Her mom was actually wrestling while she was pregnant with Paige. So Paige says that, like, the first time that she ever got a pinfall was while she was inside her mom.
Wouldn't it be amazing for every time you did something ridiculous or something you got in trouble for, you're like, well, my mom was wrestling when she was pregnant with me, and it's impacted my judgment. Oh, I'd love to just have that blanket, that blanket statement. Who else should get the biopic treatment from WWE?
I think you do the Harts, right? I mean, I know we talked about Owen Hart, but I think that the Hart family, if you're talking about fighting with family and a family that fights, you want to get into Stu Hart's dungeon, right?
Yes. That actually, yeah, I have no answer to top that. That would be huge.
Stu Hart's dungeon also sounds like a gross euphemism.
Why do we like this thing?
Why do we like this thing?
Any closing thoughts on the Vince McMahon show?
Oh, I'm going to watch the crap out of it. I cannot wait until it is streaming on the network and I can watch it drunk.
Oh, yeah. I have a huge just flash forward to the future for myself where it's like we see out on opening night, we have a party, the day we write the Honest trailer, the day I yell about it on movie fights. It's going to be.
We've got our next year well mapped out for us, friend.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, absolutely. Danielle, thanks for hanging out and talking about this with me. Boom. For Life Internet, we want to know what's this movie? Who do you guys think should play Vince McMahon? What part of Vince McMahon's insane life do you think that they should cover? Let us know in the comments. Be nice to each other. Cut a couple of polite promos on this video. Click around these boxes for some more Screen Junkies news. Like, subscribe, and don't forget to yell at us on Twitter. Talk to you guys later.